Well, hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to Life of Wonders. This is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today I'm truly excited because finally we have here with us the Cold Refresh new doll of Lagoona Blue. I know she started to be seen about a couple of months ago in the US, but I mean, she has not even yet arrived in Europe, and I have her here, so I couldn't be happier about it. And we're going to be covering the full unboxing and detail review, and not only we're going to be exploring her up close, but also comparing with the first core Laguna Blue for this G3 of Monster High that we have over here. Now, the format of the packaging is exactly the same as we're used to, with the marquee, with the iridescent Monster High logo. Then right over here we have the artwork of Lagoona, Frankie and Claudine, and Neptuna is also over there. By the way, this Neptuna has to be quite possibly the cutest take on any G3, like, to me at least. I don't know, I mean, I find this one in particular like the cutest, and she actually reminds me so much of the I don't know the name, the fish from Pinocchio. I mean, because yeah, I mean, she's just looking so sassy and so sweet and kawaii. I love it so very much. We have the accessories right here, and here we have our Lagoona Blue. Then if we turn it to the side, we can see the 2D iridescent logo, and then right over here we have the icons of Lagoona that are actually the same ones that came with the first one, like for example the sandals, and they have not updated these icons, which is something I wish they would. But anyway, this is the back. On the back we can find the full artwork of her. I was very much looking forward to get her because I feel like she might have my favorite outfit of all of the new Cold Refresh dolls, in my opinion. I don't know. Even though, I don't know, is she my favorite? No, I don't think she's my favorite character as such. I can sort of like relate to all of them in a way, so that is why I think that in terms of like the colors, I've always loved the ones chosen for Lagoona for this G3. But anyway, this ensemble all together is just so amazing. Here we have the rest of the ghouls, and over here we can read monster type beautifully bubbly as sea monster, and monster must have sparkling salt water and fish ice cream, because she's actually coming with some sort of like a teriyaki dessert, which is very interesting that they've incorporated that there. So anyway, I will be taking her carefully out of the box and I'll come back to you in no time. Alright, so here we have Lagoona out of the box and next to the previous version of herself, and I continue to feel very much impressed by all these Cold Refresh releases. I mean, the only one that I still have to review is Cleo, but all of them feel, I mean, they're giving like grown-up vibes in a way. They feel so much more mature, so definitely senior over junior year in high school for sure. And they're also like the representation of cool, in my opinion, because again, like the first take on these characters was like more cutesy and in a way that's been kept, but it's also I don't know, developed towards a more mature version of each character. So anyway, now that we see them both side by side, the straightaway difference, obviously, well, maybe not as subtle, but that I can tell, and at least that is happening on my doll, is that the plastic for like the solid pieces of pink of her body is a little bit iridescent, as opposed to this matte finish that I can find on the previous Lagoona. Even like for the face, I don't know if you can tell, but I certainly can. um there's a bit of like a metallic sheer to it. That doesn't happen to the paint over the legs though, because that is obviously paint, but it's nicely transition, under the knees. And yeah, so that is something I was not expecting. Then I feel like the scales on the forehead are lighter this time around. I mean, here they're more like in your face. So there's so much more subtle, which I like. And then the presence of lavender and seafoam green is less on the newer one, just like a couple of like streaks of color that would tied up on the two space bun hairstyle that she's sporting. And here is just so much present, not only on the two front tendrils but also like on the back of the ponytail all around. I mean, all the way down. So this Lagoona comes with a more of a yellow blonde hair color. Then the sculpt is obviously the same, and I've seen so many people complaining about the sort of like orangey lip color. But I have to say that I like it a lot on her. Like, I also like that hot pink that feels a bit more like coral. I mean, I don't think is actually orange. It's like a red orangey. It's like a mixture of different tones there, if you will. So the freckles are a little bit more prominent than the scales, which I like in a way, because I think that this was like very, like, I've got used to it over time, but I very much like how this Lagoona looks. The hairstyle is perfection in my opinion. It's just that it comes with box hair, but that's to expect. Same as this one here, because I never washed her hair, although I plan to do it pretty soon. But the two, I mean, she's got like her hair parted in the middle with the space buns, and then there's two tendrils with a wave to it, and this is the only portion of the hair that will have a little bit of gel. Other than that, it's just like very soft. And I'll show you the back of it after, well, I'll show it to you right now. So basically, this is the other hair. So as you can see, there's a lot of color present, although on the back is mainly yellow as well. And since it's a ponytail, it goes higher. I mean, it goes down a little bit higher than this one over here, which is pretty long. I would say it's like about the same length. I feel that probably she's got less. Well, I don't think so. Probably it's like about the same, but as these space bands are like made with these, yeah, I don't know if that would take so much, to be honest. But anyway, on both sides we find like shorter hair that is actually coming from the space bands, and then it goes all the way past her calf muscle, sort of look. So it's very long in a way, and as you can see, there's like just the two streaks of color that also go down from the hairstyle. And okay, so we'll continue moving down now. So we've explored the faces, the makeup. I love that for this Lagoona we also have like a inner eye corner silvery pearly effect, and there's also a bit more of like a lavender eyeshadow when compared to this one that is like more like washed. And yeah, and then moving on, I love the hoop fish bones like earrings that she's having here in translucent plastic, very much. So I also love the new shades. Like, to be honest, like, I love the incorporation of orange. And again, so many people have said that she's not like coming with enough orange touches for it to feel cohesive, but in a way I feel like it really does. There's orange all the way. I mean, there's a little touch of orange on her lips, then there's the eyeglasses, which are so much more cooler than the previous one, in my opinion. I mean, this is just like, I don't know, not as, I mean, I'm getting like Motomami vibes from this one here, and there's also like a little bit of like there's a sparkle of glitter, um, and the shape is so much cooler. And then we move down and we find this clearly reference to her iconic core G1 core necklace with the seahorse, and that's another touch of orange. Then we move down and we find this really interesting top. There is a crop top with like mesh sleeves, and there's a cutout for both shoulders that I find really really interesting. And then we find like what appears to be like a piranha fish with draping and splatter in black. And then moving down we find the belt that is just the one single color. I don't mind as much because there's not a lot of details. I mean, there's details such as like pearls and studs, but even if it was painted, like I like that it's like translucent in a way. I mean, if it was one solid color, like not translucent but an opaque color, I would be a little bit more matte. But since it's translucent, it's cool. Because even if it was painted, then we could see like the painting go like, you know, on the other side, and I don't think it would look so good. And then we find my favorite piece, which I've been like so very much looking forward to just touch it and experience it in person, which are these trousers. They're high-waisted, and they're having like three different portions with three different fabrics, and to me they're giving, in a way, I mean, this version of Lagoona, to me, like it takes me back to 2003, to the, you know, to the early 2000s, very Y2K. The space bands were such a thing at that moment, as well as the, you know, at the end of the 90s. And then I remember colleagues or, you know, other students that were going to my high school wearing something like that for like the weekend. So I think it's a mixture of things that are nostalgia based, mixed up with things that are like coming back in trend in a way. And so we have, I thought that this would be like a pleather material, but it is not. It is a very soft one, and so these pockets are actually sewn onto the pattern itself, but these ones are actually functional, and I will show you. So both these and this one here are functional pockets, so I'm really impressed by that. And then the construction of them with the little strings coming down, I mean, this is like, this design is very 2003 for me, or around 2004, something like that. And so we have the mesh material that connects to like the bottom part of them, which is more of like an organza kind of see-through material, and having a more like wide bottom part. And the incorporate, like, I love the pattern. The pattern is very like jellyfish mixed up with like, I don't know, coral stuff. I don't know what it is exactly, but I love it. And I think once again here we have orange touches that will tie up with like the lips and the necklace. And then we also have this accessory that is a puffer fish pan, which is the cutest ever. Like, I love it. Like, I think this is genius. I like it so much. And yeah, I also love like the shades, although obviously they had to go for something white because Lagoona comes with the fins, or like the rather the little like are they fins? Yeah, I guess so. They're fins on both sides, so it had to be something that could allow that without damaging, the doll. And then at the bottom we find these um, super cool, super cool. Again, very current, but also that sort of like Y2K futuristic um, reference in a way. So she comes with these boots in a pearly white color, like translucent pearly white, and then it comes with this platform that it ties very well with the style of the sunglasses as well. It's very motomami in a way, and these soles have this collect right there from G1. That's awesome. And to be honest, like even though I very much like everything that she came with for her original release, I feel like this one is it's just the definition of cooler or cool in a way. I mean, she's cool enough here, but she's just like sweet and cute. And here she's sweet, cute, and cool, in my opinion. And I also see the references to like the sporty side of Laguna in a way. So I love that. I love the boots. So yeah, because they could have easily given her like sneakers, but I think that this is a much better choice. Then when it comes to accessories, she comes with this really cute replica of her diary, but this time is like the plastic one with the screening that is exactly the same as the G1 yeah piece, but actually in scale for the doll. And the other accessory that I will be comparing is, well, this is the first backpack, which is cool, but then I don't think it's as genius or as creative as this newer one here. And I had not noticed this, but it has a face which is very, I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, the face is very kawaii. I mean, it even has like lashes, like this jellyfish character backpack thing. So aside from that, I mean, it looks a little bit silly once you realize there's a face there. But even so, I think it's a super cool accessory. It's not as noticeable from afar, and I love the translucent effect, and then the ombre grading of colors from blue to purpley pink. Then we have the puffer pen, and then the sunglasses. Then we have the teriyaki dessert, the ice cream that was given to her, and I think this is a super cool piece. And then we have a can of soda that is called Bubble Boo. Bub, yeah, that's how it's called. And then we have like a bag of crisps, or like, yeah, like snacks. This time around we have like gummy bites, and it's just printed on the one side. Pretty cool. I mean, we're so used to like getting a lot of like this kind of snack accessories for the new generation of dolls. And the last thing that I'm going to be comparing are the two Neptuna pets. So this is the first one, which is very cute, I have to say. But then what I didn't like about this one is that obviously there's like two pieces, and the connection of it, as it's not as saturated, it's very obvious. And then the face itself has a bit of pixelation, although this one has pixelation as well, but it's not as noticeable because the eyes are closed, and then the saturation is so much intensified, so the different pieces connect better, I would say. And I love the expression. I think it looks super cute, and yeah, this might be my number one favorite right now. Seriously, I mean, I love this one. I just wanna hug it. Little Neptuna, I love it so much. So yeah, here we go. Here we have both of them. I am very, very happy with the new Core Refresh Laguna. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and if you have, well, don't forget to give me a like. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because as always, I will be more than happy to get back to you. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you won't be missing out on anything. For now, I hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.